But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Sure, they got one leg.
What's up, y'all?
Whoa, hold on.
Is that Linus Tech Tech?
You do something. What you be doing?
I'm on here freestyling for people, man. Can I do a freestyle for you guys?
That's that dude. That's the TikToker.
Oh, damn. Yo, can I do a freestyle for you guys?
Give us one. Wait, turn up.
Hold on. We gotta give him words. We gotta give him words.
Give me the most creative, challenging words you can think of.
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pedestrians. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Another big one.
Another big
Chronicle.
one. Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. All right.
Okay. Revolutionary.
Ambidextrous, chronicle, Afghanistan, and revolutionary. Those are the words? Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Other artists really need to get their flex up. When it come to freestyles, yo, I'm next up. I be shining kinda like my man's necklace. Use both sides of my brain, I'm ambidextrous. I'm the freshest type. They can feel the vibes from left to right. Y'all know that I'm the dopest on jams. Ambidextrous, cause I can use both of my hands. Then again, it don't matter if I'm right or left-handed, cause I never write it. I hope you understand it. I provide it right off the tip of the brain. And when I'm spitting for my people, all my shit is insane. I make it happen. I'ma kick a rap verse. Shout to my homie with the necklace and the black shirt. Filming on the phone, gotta get it on your camera. They got questions, Harry is the answer. Yeah, I'm about to make it known. When I rhyme, I be entering the crazy zone. Thank you for the words, y'all came up with the good stuff. Shout the homie chilling in the middle with his hood up. I go beyond your flow, going places other rappers wanna go. Do it by myself, no sponsor, bro. I'm delivering the rap chronicles. Your level up, I go beyond it. Matter of fact, I'm about to get you lifted like the Chronic. Can't nobody else rock this way. High like the Chronic, that's word to Dr. Dre. H-Mac, I'ma put it down. Every time I'm rhyming, they be loving my sound. Can't nobody really do it like me. Winning in my psyche. Shout my homie who be rocking Nike. On the zip up, I get props. Whenever I be spitting, they gon' see me on TikTok for hip hop. I'ma put it down for all of y'all. I be cold shivery. This here is the Chronicle delivery. Delivering the magazine and the periodical. I got the hottest flow, you know I brought it, bro. I ain't never slipping. Yeah, y'all just be assisting. I'm Michael Jordan, these rappers like Pippen. Think they on my level, homie, they be tripping. I grip the mic and then I'm about to slam the jam from LA to Afghanistan. I'm about to break it down till I find my peace. They put my music in the Middle East, yeah. All my lyrics are gigantic, I'm about to make them panic. They can feel my shit across the whole planet, yeah. Lyrics is what I'm about to push. He was like, yo, he's rapping right now. He said, shush, please be quiet, he's really getting down. I'ma blow your mind with the rhymes that's profound. I be doing me, and y'all know they never doing Harry. When it come to lyrics, all my flows are revolutionary. What I mean to say is when I'm spitting off the brain, I be revolutionary, go against the grain. I'm about to make a change the whole earth. I'm about to blow your mind with the freestyle verse. The beat stopped, but I wasn't ready to end. H-Mac be the freestyle internet trend. Let's go.
Yo,
What? That's crazy.
bro, that was crazy.
Wait, type your TikTok in chat again.
Hell yeah, I go by Harry Mack.
Harry Mack, bro. I've been watching something.
Bro, I've been seeing this all over, bro. Crazy.
Oh, not in the middle. Hey, gadgets. Testimony time. Sam, an ex yoga expert talking about what gurus intentionally hide from you. And it's weird we're on this topic because when I was going to order my medication from the doctors earlier, I passed an old church from 1907. Well, an old Christian building at least. Don't know if it was a church because the church are the people, so I call it a Christian building, you know. But it's turned into a Hindu temple. So I'll put a little video up about that. I mean, there's a few you've already seen it, but I'll quickly go to it actually before we go to gym. Just because it's kind of like weird how I seen that this morning. Now we're doing, because some Hindus practice yoga as well. I've only got 6 views in it, but here it is. Oh, you can see my gadgets.
I was just walking up to my doctor's to go and order my medication, and I just noticed this building here. It's a Hindu building. It's now Hindu. Once upon a time, if you look at the stones on the building, you see here, right? Zoom in a little bit.
I can see better. Right? I could see better in this video than I could see out there. I couldn't even read the bottom line out there because the sun was shining against it. I can read it a lot better here.
It says Ted Davison and Son, architect, Thomas Randall, builder, REC whatever, minister.
It's probably Reverend. I couldn't read it properly. That's why I read it out. But it's Reverend C. It's Reverend C. Lebes. I don't know, something minister. But yeah, Reverend C and Lee something else minister. Don't know. But obviously it used to be a Christian building.
So it used to be a Christian place at one point. Then it's got people's names, as you can see. Miss JC Jelly.
JC, that's not Jesus Christ, by the way.
Liggins, Mr. J. Webster. But here it says Mr. W.H. Eden, Mr. J. Dowell for the adult Bible class. So once upon a time, this place, made in 1907, used to be Christian. But it's even still got the cross made out of brick on there, but it's a Hindu temple. Sri Mandata Samaj.
How much of a contradiction is that picture right there? You know, Christian symbol, you know, what Jesus died on the cross, with your blooming Hindu. Now, like I say, I've got nothing against Hindus. They don't cause any trouble. But at the end of the day, if they're not believers in Christ, then they're of a false religion, you know? So, but they cause no trouble.
Just thought I was a little mad. It just shows you that, I mean, even Hindus, yeah, no problem with Hindus here. They're about peace and all that, you know, no trouble from them. But still, it's a false religion. You know, it's not of the Lord. But there used to be Christian church. But not anymore. Just shows you that things are changing. You know what I mean? Has been for a while. Anyway, bless, guys.
So there's that. Yeah, it's just mad because I just realized that some Hindus do yoga. Right, Jim. We've got one here. Still haven't heard from Jim, but he's still putting out videos. Nice. Excellent, Jim. Jim's link, if anybody wants to sub to him that's not already, like I said, people watching the chat replay, because most people in chat, or everybody in chat, will sub to him, I'd say. But yeah, this is my new channel. I've already put a few uploads to it, video and 4 shorts. It's got 20 subs already. I know my Mentally Divergent subbed, JJ's subbed, Roger's subbed, Baz has subbed. You know what I mean? I've got 20 subs on it so far. But if anybody's watching the chat replay, or if anybody's not subbed and they want to, it's not going to be, it's not a scriptural channel or anything. My main channel, my channel here is my scriptural channel, biblical channel. This is just for random reactions, whatever, you know, TikTok video reactions, like creepy, conspiracy. I don't know. Faith might come into it at some point as well. It just depends. But mainly I'd put that on my main channel if it was a reaction to do with something to do with faith. I don't know. Reactions to anything, you know, just random stuff. I know a few use a sub, but if you want to sub, here it is. Or anybody watching the chat replay, there it is. I'll start uploading more to it soon. I'll probably upload it more to it when I move, which will probably be in the next month and a half when I move from here. Then I'll start uploading to it. You know, it's not going to be uploaded to as much as my normal channel, but when I decide to just do something different, a reaction thing, I'll do it on this channel here. So yeah, there it is. If anybody wants to, PJ's Reflections with the 3 backwards, obviously because I believe in the Trinity, and the X standing out because it's a sort of a cross, you know, symbology of Christ type thing. It's the best I could do. It's kind of the most creative I could be. So, and Reflections as well as a reaction, I think is a good name, you know, because you're reflecting upon something you've just watched, you know, and you're giving your ideas out. So, Reflections. Anyway, let's get rid of them. Oh, actually, easiest way to do it is just get the link up what we're going to do and share it this way. Right.
I met this Indian guru named Yogi.
Right. So, yeah. So it's from Almost False again. Yoga expert reveals what gurus have intentionally hidden from you. That's what it's called it. Oh, we can jump ahead. Let's just jump ahead so we don't see the intro. Because I start reacting to the intro and I shouldn't. Because it'll be said later. Right. Let's go from there. Let's do it. Links there if anybody wants to come in.
Of what exactly happened to him, which shot my gut. I'm praying, learned about Yold. And in this conversation, that might shock you.
Actually,
from
no,
life's most spiritual. Hello and welcome to the Almost False podcast, where I interview regular people with incredible stories. Today's guest is Mike Shreve, a yoga and Eastern religion expert who, in the 1990s, studied under an Indian guru who became one of the most famous yoga teachers in the Western world.
Ooh.
And in this conversation, we spoke about Mike's life story and everything that he learned about yoga.
Mike.
Like, where does it originally come from? What do some of the poses mean? How it all ties to Hinduism, etc.
Yeah, I know some of the poses are meant to be very symbolic, aren't they? Like evil symbolic. You've got as above, so below poses, and I mean, I did learn a little bit about it before, but I forgot a lot about it. You know, so yeah, let's remind ourselves.
Even if you're an avid yogi, I'm pretty sure that you'll learn some new things, and they might shock you. But the reason why Mike got interested in these things in the first place is because he had a near-death experience which shattered his understanding of the world and led him into a search for the divine. So let's start there and give you the context of what exactly happened to him.
Well, I was
go.
very devoted as a Catholic. I was an altar boy.
So he was a Catholic beforehand. Yeah, a lot of people do rebel when they've been brought up in Catholicism. I wonder why.
For many years.
Maybe because it's imposed upon them rather than them making a choice about it.
But when I became a teenager, around 13, 14 years old, I dropped out of religion altogether and started pursuing a different kind of lifestyle. I eventually became very involved in music. I became a rock musician. I played in a rock band all over the state of Florida, especially. And that was not a good thing because the lifestyle that went along with it eventually led to a near-death experience at the age of 18.
Ooh.
And that was, of course,
An NDE at the age of 18. It might kick your ass a little bit. It might, especially nearly dying that young.
accidental and unexpected. I took some.
Why has he got to jump ahead at this bit? Obviously, people have been jumping ahead to. Weird. They don't like him talking his story or something. Weird.
Drugs that I thought would get me high. Instead, it apparently was cut with some kind of poison. And I became totally unresponsive to the people I was with. I went into seizures. And I was laying on the ground at Florida State University. By that time, I was a freshman in college. And I felt my soul leaving my body and going off into this dark, black, throbbing void. And it felt like my soul was speeding up, going from time into eternity. And I knew I was not ready for that kind of heavy transition. And so thankfully, I came down out of that bad experience, but I was never the same. I never fit in the environment that I was used to. I didn't fit at the parties. I didn't fit.
Yeah, like say Catholicism, because you're brought into it from birth, usually it's imposed upon you. You're just told that you're a Catholic. You just brought up a Catholic. There's no choosing of Christ there. There's no thinking about what he did for you on the cross. It's just this is what happens in my family, and I'm this because my family is that kind of thing. So it's imposed in general.
Around my friends, I didn't even want to pursue a college education. I had a double major. I was majoring in oceanography because I loved that. I loved the idea of following in Jacques Cousteau's footsteps and exploring the ocean. And I loved.
Did you know that the ocean, when at rest, lays level? Any water does. Explore it rightly.
Music. So I had a major in orchestration, and my goal was to write the soundtracks of movies and things like that. But then I thought to myself, after that bad experience, I could discover the deepest parts of the ocean that had never been discovered before and still not know who I am and why I'm here and what awaits beyond death. And so I thought, ultimately, no matter how intriguing it might sound, it's not got the value that would be necessary for me to commit my life to it. So I dropped out of college with one intention, and that was to search for God and searched for truth until I found both. And I knew if I found
To search for God. To search. I mean, God. There's evidence for God all around in creation, without a doubt. Without a doubt. You know, search for God. I don't know about that. Keep saying. I used to say look for God, stuff like that as well. But you know, do you need to look for God? God's not lost. You're the one that's lost. You know. I would probably say try to develop a relationship with God would be better. But I get what people mean when they say searching for God. I get it. But he's not lost. God ain't lost. There's no searching for God. He's not lost.
one, I'd probably
But I
find
get this sentiment, obviously.
the other, because I figured they two could be found in the same place. And that's exactly what happened eventually.
So I'm curious to know, before that happened, if we rewind before that experience, did you believe that there was a God? Did you believe in some kind of spirituality? What was your frame of view?
A lot of people that call themselves Catholic. I mean, I've heard someone say I'm a Catholic. He says, I've heard someone say I'm a Catholic, but I don't believe in God. I'm like, how can you be Catholic? If you think about it, it kind of makes sense. But if you're a Catholic, then you are meant to believe in God, obviously. But I've heard people say I'm a Catholic, but I don't believe in God. And I've heard people say I'm a Catholic, then they say to me, when I say, well, I'm a Christian, and they've said to me, well, and I'm started preaching about Jesus, and they say to me, well, how do you know that Jesus wasn't Satan's brother or something? I'm like, I thought you were meant to be a Catholic, not a bloody Mormon. You know what I mean? And I've had Catholics saying this to me. They call themselves Catholic, but they say something weird about Jesus, or they don't even believe in God. And I'm like, well, how can you call yourself a Catholic? Yeah, I'm a Catholic, but you're a Catholic goer. You're a Catholic goer. I don't think you're a Catholic, but you're a Catholic church goer, maybe. But I don't think you're a Catholic, bro.
Before that happened?
Well, I've always believed in God. As a Catholic altar boy, I was at church several times a week. And I submitted to all of the rituals and the
There you go. Rituals, which is something we shouldn't have when you're with Christ. Rituals. Where does Christ say to do rituals? I mean, apart from, I say, communion, which I wouldn't say it's a ritual, it's to do this in remembrance of him. It's not a ritual, it's just in remembrance. So doing rituals is a problem for me.
Beliefs, the practices of Catholicism, unquestioningly, I never did.
Hey, I've got another video as well, Bazza, right? And everybody else. It's and it's from Mind Unveiled, and I usually like a lot of his stuff, but this one is talking about Cain and Abel, and you put the words together as cannibal. Then he goes on about, it's 2 hours odd, and he goes on about that God talks about him being a cannibal in the Bible. I'm like, what? Saying the Bible's about cannibalism, and this is from Mind Unveiled. So we'll have to have a look at that one day, but it's 2 hours long, 2 hours odd. But, you know, Cain, Abel, just because Cain and Abel sounds like cannibal, doesn't make anything to do with our faith to do with cannibalism or God a cannibal. Weird. We'll have to check it out sometime anyway. I don't know what's being said in it. I haven't even tried watching it.
I never did try and discern whether or not those things were biblically based. I just accepted what was handed to me. But then I started questioning things as a teenager. However, I never questioned the existence of God. I've always been a believer in God. But there was a period of time in my life that I just pushed that out as not being that important an issue in my life. And of course, that near-death experience brought it to the forefront.
Of course, because it's just normality to you. It's not a relationship with Christ. It's religion. It's just something you're being taught. It's a set of guidelines to a deity above you that you don't really know. You haven't got a personal relationship with him. It's religion. That's why. Because religion is not about a personal relationship. Canaanites, cannibals, aye, maybe, but Abel had nothing to do with it. Right, exactly. But yeah, it's talking about God being a cannibal or something like that. I might be wrong, but I'm sure it's talking about God being a cannibal or wanting us to be cannibal. I don't know. Well, I'll have to check it out. It's a long one, though.
And I thought nothing is as important, as necessary as having the correct revelation of who God is and what my relationship is with the creator of the universe. So
100% with that one. Definitely. Nothing more important than knowing who he is and how you develop your personal relationship with him. Absolutely.
that became my passion.
Right. I think it's very common from, different stories that I've heard where people have a near-death experience and it kind of...
Yeah, babe.
Because you're talking about, he's talking about Catholicism.
Aye.
Right. So I sent you a video. The first one is this woman in Wales, and she says she's a Muslim. She said she's a Muslim, but she still believes in a Catholic belief.
Let's have a quick look.
And then the second one is her trying to say Salam Alaikum, and she can't say it, just because it's so funny.
Hold on. And if I try and just click to it from that, she looks like someone I bloody know.
She's Welsh.
Oh, I don't know then. She just looks like somebody from Cork.
She's got an Arab boyfriend, and she started talking to him when he was like underage. So she's a pred. I don't follow her, but the first video come up, and I started looking at the others because it was just comical.
Oh, come on. It's not logged in anymore. Why?
You might want to stop sharing your screen if you're going to put a password in.
No, it'll come up itself. It should be saved. It should automatically just log it in. You want the password? There you go. Nobody will see my password. You've got
Salam alaikum.
What? Salam alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
This isn't a long video.
No, it's the one before this, though.
The one before? There is no one. There is no one before.
There is.
Well, this one.
And one of my great-great-grandfathers is the Queen's seventh cousin, 12 times.
No. Which one then?
Go up again.
And one of my great-great-grandfathers is the...
That's it.
Salam alaikum lam. Salam kalam. Walakalam.
Salam alaikum.
Alam alaikum.
Alaikum.
I just sent it you again.
Alaikum. Okay.
I know, but she's a Muslim, don't forget.
How is she a Muslim? Salam alaikum.
When I watched it, I was watching it earlier and I was crying.
Copy. Paste.
But yeah, she's a Catholic Muslim.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bloody amazing.
Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salamamu mulakalamamu mamamagu. She's actually praying in tongues. She's not trying to say salam alaikum. She's actually a Pentecostal, charismatic Christian, and she's praying in tongues. She just doesn't know what she's talking about. How do you make this bloody screen bigger for this? How do you make the screen bigger? How do you fill your screen? Or is it? Babe. Oh, she's disappeared. Disappeared. How the
Yeah,
hell do you
because
make
I
the
went,
bloody screen bigger?
because I went out to
Can you
get
make
it
your screen
from.
bigger? You can't make your screen bigger than this, can you? It's just that.
No, but it's what she says though. It's hilarious.
Anyway, yeah. Right, sound. Oh, I was just here. Oh, no. More? No. Okay.
Yeah.
My Catholic beliefs still got my Catholic beliefs still there. So I don't eat pork. I do everything like a Muslim. But I have still got part of my Catholic beliefs. So obviously I do everything.
I mean, how does that work? I mean, yes, I know that, right, they're similar in a way that they work to get to heaven, but their belief system is completely different. Their doctrines are completely different. They believe in the death and resurrection of Christ, Catholics do, but Muslims don't. How can you be a Muslim and adhere to Catholic beliefs? Doesn't make sense whatsoever, Laura.
As a Muslim, but being christened as Muslim was
You was christened as a Muslim. You were
No,
christened.
she said she wasn't. She wasn't christened as a Muslim.
But you can't be christened. I know, but you can't be christened as a Muslim. You can be baptized as a Muslim.
No, you take your shahada.
Well, your shahada. Well, okay, whatever. But you can't be Christian. Imagine using that word. I mean, christening is not even a thing in Christianity anyway. It's a tradition. It's not. It's something the church made up. It's not something that's scriptural. A christening is not even Christian, but still, it's a Christian word, I suppose. And that makes no sense. I wasn't christened as a Muslim. Makes no sense.
As a Muslim, they take the shahada, so she would know that if she was a Muslim.
Well, she's obviously not. I'm sure that. Why does it not make the screen bigger? Sure, you can make the screen bigger somehow.
Listen, nobody wants to zoom in on her mug, but
no, I'm sure. I'm sure you can make these bigger. Like, because usually I can fill the screen. Why is it not? Auto scroll? No, I don't know. Scroll. It's got to be somewhere. Surely it's not just a case of doing that. No, because then. Is that still sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I do that, I can't get back into. When I make it big up there, I can't get back into StreamYard. So yeah, well, I thought you could make it bigger. I really did.
I just think it's funny.
It is, but why? What? I'm sure you used to be able to make these bigger. I know, like you can when it just fills the screen more.
I don't know.
What the heck?
Probably not, because it's the way it's presented.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let's hear what you got. Let's take it from the start again.
I've got my Catholic beliefs still there. So I don't eat pork. I do everything like a Muslim.
You do everything like a
but
Muslim?
I have still got part of my Catholic beliefs.
So if you do, if you do everything like a Muslim,
my Catholic beliefs still there. So I don't.
How can you do everything like if you? Oh my goodness.
Understand?
Why did when I press bloody
my Catholic beliefs still there?
When I press space on this one, it bloody scrolls up. You when you do it on YouTube, it plays and pauses. Sorry.
Understand?
Oh my goodness! I did it again.
My Catholic beliefs still there. So I don't eat pork. I do everything like a Muslim. But I have still got part of my Catholic beliefs. So obviously I do everything as a Muslim, but being christened as Muslim wasn't me. I wasn't
christened as a Muslim. Yeah, makes sense.
Christened as a Muslim. I went into Muslim, obviously, in the last couple of months.
You went into Muslim. You mean you went into Islam? Muslim is what you are meant to be. You go into Islam as your theology and religion. I went into Muslim. I think even if I would let her off if she said Muslimism. She didn't.
No, like this.
But I was always
I know.
Catholic growing up.
Really?
Part of that side growing up.
Really?
So got understand, like, you know what I mean? I'm a gypsy, like I'm a gypsy family, like.
Who's this? Roger, how you doing, man?
I'm doing
Yeah,
good.
that's
Man.
mental. That's
Rog.
mental.
Hey, Vicky.
That's mental.
I got a question for you. Do you
Go
think that girl's doing that just to fit in with the current trend? Because everybody,
Probably.
yeah.
Probably
She's a bit
because
old, though.
she's on TikTok and she could see like what's going on in TikTok. So
I
No,
get
but
it.
she's a grown-ass woman in like her 40s, 50s.
yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just, like, I've never been a Muslim, and I know that you don't even get baptized. You take your shahada. Like, if she was a Muslim, how come I have more knowledge on her religion than she does?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's even more superficial. Like she's just like because everybody around her are Muslim now, so she's like,
No, Roger, it's because she was going out with a young, I don't know if he's Tunisian, but she had this boyfriend, and basically she's a predator.
I got it.
And he was underage when she started talking to him. And because he's a Muslim, she then wants to be a Muslim. And it's like, you're a grown woman and you don't have a brain.
No,
Like,
she
even
doesn't.
the Muslims were in the comments laughing, going, christened. Like, you're just showing everybody that, like, she's a gypsy Catholic Muslim. Oh, no, you're confused, love. You need to go to confused.com, love.
She ain't thinking with her brain. I can tell you that. That's what it is.
She ain't got one, Rog.
Yeah, that too.
It's
That was
ridiculous.
Babe, look at this. How come when I'm on my TikTok, how come there's no things down the side, like and love and all that? Yeah, when I'm watching a video. How?
Because you clicked on the video, you're not in the thingy.
Not in the what?
Go back. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
What do you mean? It's not in the thingy.
You're not on TikTok. That's on.
I am on TikTok. It's TikTok. Look, TikTok. Oh, now it's got them up there.
Yeah,
But hold on. But why when I go to mine and play something from mine, it has
Streaming then.
there's none of it up
Because
and
it's
down
your
there.
video.
Yeah, but I just went to someone else's, babe. I just went to one of my friends, like see if we've got Rogers, right?
Man, I like to picture God looking down and say,
Not on Rogers, look.
I go on TikTok a lot, but I don't know everything.
yeah, but that boy just won't quit. He just watching. He'll get back up.
Why is it maybe because they haven't been made through TikTok?
Maybe. I don't know.
Why is that? Because like that's weird. I think that's weird. Is it maybe because it's not because we haven't made them with TikTok. We've uploaded them to TikTok. It's maybe because of that. I don't know.
I don't know. But I just thought because you were watching thing and they were talking about Catholics, I thought I'd introduce you to the Catholic Muslim.
Oh, I know what it is. She's Confucius. That's what she is.
No, she's just confused.com, Rog. Like, imagine I'm a Catholic Muslim. What?
Yeah, I want to be a Catholic Muslim, Shiite.
I think she's more schizophrenic than a Catholic Muslim.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's weird.
That is weird. Yeah.
But to not even know that, to think that you get christened as a Muslim is.
Yeah, that is funny.
I was christened
as a Catholic.
You don't even get Christian. You don't even get christened as a Christian, because there's no such thing as christening in Christianity.
Yeah, you get baptized.
But there's such thing as Christians when it comes to Catholic Church and stuff like that. But it's a tradition. It's made by man. It's not a doctrine at all.
Yeah, I don't know what this. I can't tell you. It just seems like a trend that she's trying to fit in. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her boyfriend, the little incestuous kind of thing going on there. Yeah, that's messed up.
On your Windows size, layout, or browser zoom level. On the PC version TikToks, these buttons often sit underneath to the right of the video player rather than overlapping the video. Okay. Weird. But if your browser zoom set too high, it's not high, it's just normal. Control Try pressing Control minus on your keyboard or command. Okay, let me just quickly go to TikTok. Control, hold on. Control and minus, right? Let me just see if that works.
Have you heard the new thing they're doing with PDF files?
No.
Oh, they're protected now. You can't even say that.
Oh yeah, but they've been. I think they've been protected for a long time, to be honest.
I don't get it.
Hold on, why is it telling? Oh, hold on. Right, so let me just.
Everything that's immoral is now a moral thing. I don't understand it, and things that aren't natural are protected. Weird.
It's right. If you look at it here, sorry. I've just sorry, I'm not in the same place as you. I can't. I was just trying to sort this out. Yeah, they're up here. Look, they're up here. They're up here in certain ones. In certain ones.
I was thinking you can't like your own stuff. That's what I was thinking.
You can. I just find it weird that people actually would like their own stuff.
Well, I like my own YouTube videos because nobody. Well, I do because nobody else does. I mean, a few people do, but in general, not a lot do.
I put a video on earlier of a BLK girl, and she was talking about Palestine and
same with Rogers. It's up there.
Slavery in Palestine, and she was saying like areas in Palestine that are for the slaves.
Right.
And they're black only, apparently.
No doubt. I'm gonna make a coffee. Come in and talk if you want.
I got a tour of Palestine, a recent tour. Like some guy went there and did a documentary of it.
All right.
Yeah. It's different than you think. It's not what they show you on TV.
You mean it's not rubble?
No, not all of it. No, they actually have like Abraham's grave is in Palestine. The guy took a tour of the shrine and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, there's Christian and Muslims that live there.
I think Palestine's a made-up place anyway. I don't.
It was made up on Bible maps, from what I remember. Looking like in.
I shared a video of what Palestine was as well throughout different periods. But no, I have you seen the thing in the Berlin Wall? You know Berlin, I think.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Did you see the attack in Berlin?
No, I didn't see the attack. No.
So it was an Islamist, and he drove his car, well, a van, into a gay pride event, and they're still trying to blame the right for it.
Okay.
The left are,
of course,
because they cannot understand that Islam doesn't like them.
Well, they don't agree with homosexuality.
Some of the left know that Islam. Some of the left know that Islam
is. And some of the Palestine flag wavers should move to Palestine.
Some of the left already know.
Go free it.
Am I not being had?
Am
I being had?
Can you hear me?
You know, Vicky.
Well, you need to drop out.
Well, I'm driving now anyway because I'm cooking my dinner.
Well, can you hear me?
Love you.
Love you. I don't know if can you hear me, Roger?
I can hear you. Yes, he said he loves you too, and he said you need to drop in and drop back out.
Right, I'm going. Right, bye, Rog. Bye, guys.
Bloody iPhone, telling you.
Yeah.
I was talking, then she just kept on talking. I'm like, hold on, could she hear me?
I was waiting for that. I just didn't know if she did or didn't, but obviously not. But Ryan said he heard you.
How you doing, man? How come you haven't got a spanner? How come you're not blue anymore? It's maybe because I got rid of mods that didn't turn up.
No, but I like his profile picture.
Whose?
Ryan's.
What, Cookie Monster?
Yeah. Looks
He's had that one for ages. He's had it for ages.
I know.
Here's it back, bro. Yeah, I got rid of loads of people's moderation because there was loads of people that moderators that just don't come. Yeah, you know what I mean. So Brian must have got mixed up in them. Sorry about that, right? There was a few people got mixed up. JJ got mixed up in it. It's because I'm used to calling people JJ or whatever, and when I quickly see an avatar or whatever, oh, I don't know that. I don't know that. You know.
Yeah.
There you go, bro. It's back.
I didn't mean to do this, but last night I did a 6-hour stream, dude.
You did a 6? Yeah, I know you started quite early because I was still going when you started.
Yeah,
I was still over in Rumble. I was over in Rumble for about 2 hours while you were on for about 2 hours while I was ending.
I thought you were ending because you were doing Doctor Who.
Why did you send me one? All right, that's the ones you sent me afterwards. Okay. Yeah, I did do a couple of episodes of Doctor Who. I did do. No problem, bro. Not a problem, bro.
Dude, I ended up doing a Paul is Dead documentary at the end of it. That's what took so long.
Paul is dead?
Yeah.
Who's Paul is? What do you mean Paul is dead?
You don't remember the Beatle?
Oh, Paul. Oh, you mean Fall. Oh, right. I thought you were talking about one of the guys we knew. Okay, right. Fall. Right. Fall. Fake Fall. Right. Got you.
It was from 1971. It was like a documentary that a radio show did, and they recorded it.
And remember, it's cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Cranberry sauce.
Turn me on, dead man. Turn me on, dead man.
Turn me on, dead man. Turn me on, dead man. Turn me on, dead man.
Yeah, but they went into the studio aspect of what they did with the track, and it seems like they did a lot of that on purpose, dude. The way it was mixed on those albums, and Apple Studio, all they could say is "nuh-uh."
Oh, of course. Of course it would. Of course it would.
We take no responsibility. Nuh-uh. Like a Glover. Yeah.
Exactly.
Paired off the claim that the explanation for their observations and never really investigated any other cause and effect. There's no real science done there, dude. That's not science. You can't even science that anyways, but I mean, they don't even try to determine any other causes for, is the moon its own light? That was the last question Icy Spin asked Nathan. He's like,
I think it is.
Yeah. But they got a set claim that it's to reflect the light of the sun. But then again, you got to ask questions. How does a dirty rock reflect light from the sun?
Exactly. So yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Their thin excuse is there is a small amount of gases that surround the moon and they illuminate in the light.
Yeah, with that, yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was still thinking about the cranberry sauce thing. Yeah.
Cranberry sauce.
It's meant the cranberry sauce. Yeah, to me, yeah. If you sit in, once someone tells you it's cranberry sauce, you can hear cranberry sauce. But before you had that, it sounded like I Buried Paul. You know what I mean? That's what it sounded like. Yeah.
Well, there was one other thing that when Icy Spin brought up the moon and its own light, he was deflecting from Nathan's question was, how does azimuth work on a globe?
Who was you talking to this about?
Oh, this is Nathan and Icy Spin. Yeah. So azimuth doesn't work on a globe. You have to. It's a planar measurement that you have to have a center point from.
Yeah.
It won't wrap around the globe. It's a horizontal measurement. You have to have a level.
Yeah, absolutely. An azimuth is a horizontal angle measured in degrees, a compass direction, and a horizontal bearing. It tells you the direction of an object from an observer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't work.
How it's measured, clockwise circle measured from 0 to 360 on a flat plane. Flat plane. You know what I mean? Not on a bloody sphere.
Yeah, but he didn't have a rebuttal for it, so automatically Icy Spin goes straight to the sky. Like, well, what about the moon? Like, well, what about the moon, dude? We're talking about the Earth here. He's just, he couldn't answer the question. He was cooked and he knew it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, even the diagram for it. I mean, hold on, let me get the diagram for azimuth. Oh, I know you know. It's just like if people are watching.
You know how they fixed that problem? the great circle routes are actually those 360 degrees. They bend the radius of their
So if you're
circle.
in this, exactly. So if you're in the center there, then in this angle here is your azimuth of 45 degrees, 0.045, isn't it? I mean, it's not hard. And this is a plane. This is a plane.
Yep.
Absolute plane.
So none of their all their measurements come from this. They built the globe. They stack them like a cake tier, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the equatorial plains where they get the majority of their measurements from.
See, even this is a plane. Even when they're trying to show a sort of sphere, it's on a plane. They're cutting off a plane there. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I mean?
nobody's measuring from the center of that globe, man.
No, they're not.
You have to have it 360 degrees three-dimensionally to do it. Nobody can measure from that point.
Exactly. Ridiculous, isn't it?
Ridiculous. In other words, it takes flat measurements to build a globe.
Absolutely.
That's what
Certainly
they
does. It's always took flat measurements to build that globe, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And that's the thing. If you were to build a globe on something, you'd still need flat measurements for it to stand on.
Yeah.
You know?
They're great. Yeah, they're great, and their small circle routes are actually bent below the surface. They call subpoints. So that's how they built it. It ruins the radius. You don't have a radius. You can't determine a radius with a bent line.
No, you can't. You'll get false bloody readings for sure.
You'd be lost in space.
A radius is just simply a straight line from the middle to the edge of a circle. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
It's a straight line. Simple.
You can wrap straight lines around balls. They keep streaming us. That's not a straight line anyway.
You can't have any straight lines on a ball. None whatsoever. None. It's uniform. It's uniformly spherical. So how can you have in all directions? In all directions, no matter where you are, which origin point, all directions is the same uniform measurement all the way. How can you have a straight line in that? Anywhere. Unless you slice a bit off the top of it, then you can have a straight line.
Yeah, that's how they do. They had the measurements were done to start with straight lines. But do they take the azimuth to the vertical? I don't think you can do that.
The azimuth to the
vertical azimuth.
How can you have a vertical? That's perpendicular.
Yeah, I know.
That's perpendicular. So,
but from the center of this presupposed sphere, I guess you could. I don't know. It's weird. You're upside down inside a sphere. You did another azimuth. Yeah,
weird.
All degrees. Insane.
Well, how does that work then? Because an azimuth is not perpendicular.
No, it's not.
There you go.
I have no idea. I really don't. They have to, and they have to tell themselves when they do the math that I'm inside the ball now.
Oh, exactly. They're inside it at the center where they've never been.
Quote Thunderfoot. He actually did that in a video.
He says 630 million British police spent on anti-racism training. They're only racist to white people now. Right, exactly. What are they getting racism training for?
I don't know.
I mean, that's
so
so
stupid.
Yeah, they're racist against white people. Whites are racist against whites nowadays. You know, it's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, because you don't like any other race, so now, or you think that everybody else, all white people are racist, so now you're racist against white people. Like, it doesn't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hate yourself almost, don't you?
Right, exactly. Exactly. So what are they saying with the azimuth? They're saying north is 90 degrees up. Is that what they're saying?
Well, they think north is up.
Well, they do. They do.
And south is down.
Yeah, of course.
But you're standing on both sides of the plane, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. You'd have to have a plane that way and that way. It makes no sense.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it shifts their priorities in life of like, this is something much bigger than I realized. I got to search for it. So it's very interesting. Right. That's what happened to you. So where did you go? Starting searching for God. So what's the first place that you went to?
I met this Indian guru. This was back in 1970.
Searching for God, and you met an Indian guru. Bad. You're not finding God with an Indian guru.
70 when there
Sorry, go on, Roger.
Haji.
was an influx of gurus and swamis and yogis into this country because the Beatles were studying under
Yes,
Maharishi
don't we know
Mahesh
that?
Yogi, and they were all into
Was it-
transcendental meditation.
Yeah, they went into Jainism and stuff like that, weren't they?
Oh,
All
yeah.
of it. Aleister Crowley, Jainism, probably Hinduism. I think Jainism, Hinduism is very similar. They use yoga and stuff like that. Buddhism, maybe to a certain degree.
So it was quite trendy, and it was something that people were really enamored with and intrigued by, and I got intrigued by it. I read a book by Meher Baba called
Yeah, he reads the New King James. Well, he's got a load of Bibles up there. Fair play to him. But I can see a New King James.
Yeah.
Is that no? It's actually just. Is that New King James? No, it is the New King James. I can see the N at the start.
Yeah.
Fair play. He's got a fair few Bibles.
God Speaks, and I started digging into the Theosophical Society, which is a real precursor of what we call the New Age movement. In fact, many believe that the Theosophical Society was the thing that really introduced those ideas to the West in a powerful way. And I met this Indian guru named Yogi Bhajan, who had a strange world.
Yogi Bhajan. Nice. Close to
Oh,
Yogi
yeah.
Bear. Maybe Yogi Bear's cousin.
He did say west, right? I mean, that's an azimuthal direction too. You can't get that
That
wrong.
certainly is. That certainly is.
View. It was a mixture of Sikhism and Hinduism. And I started studying Kundalini Yoga under him. And that was right when he came to the United States of America. He came from India first to Canada, and then from Canada down to the US. And I met him right when he was being introduced on the East Coast. And because I was there at the start, I became one of his student teachers very quickly, 6 months later, after a totally devoted pursuit of truth. I became an ashram manager in Tampa, Florida. But I do want to mention that one thing that attracted
An ashram manager. Sure, that's what he said. Let's check that.
I thought that's what he said. Yeah.
Right.
Does it have anything to do with astral projection?
No, ashram. An ashram is a spiritual hermitage, monastery, or retreat center rooted in Hinduism. So it's a monastery.
Okay, I got you.
So
Sorry.
what comes from Sanskrit root srama, meaning religious exertion or making an effort toward liberation. It is a simple place away from normal daily life where people go to pray, meditate, and practice yoga. Right. Okay.
I got a question for you, right quick, while you stop. You ever notice that a lot of these yogis, they wear like these expensive Rolexes, drive expensive cars?
Right. And I'm sure he'll mention this. Oh, hopefully he'll mention something like that. Because the name of the video is itself there. Yoga expert reveals what gurus have intentionally hidden from you. Intentionally. So there's got to be something nefarious in it.
I like Ryan, he says Hinduism.
Right. Right. Hinduism.
Hinduism.
It's hin. No. No for November.
was the extreme disciplined life, because I guess maybe my former experience as the son of a military man made that attractive to me. But we would get up at 3:30 in the morning and meditate.
Why? I just don't go to sleep until way after that.
I can testify to that.
Well, absolutely. Sometimes I just don't sleep. I slept, I finished about 6 this morning, something like that. And I got some sleep. Then I decided to go to the doctor's house, and I thought, yeah, suck it, I'll go on stream. It's my day off, but I'm going to go on stream. Yeah, numptyism, that's more like it, bro. That's more like it.
Check this out right quick. I got my verification code, right? I put it in, and now it won't verify my bank because I got a deposit, like a small deposit to verify my account, and it hasn't gone through.
Oh, for goodness sake. Pain in the butt, innit? I mean, there's no point in me doing mine until I move now, because if I get an address on my provisional here, then I'm gonna have to change it again. So, you know what I mean? There's no point in doing that.
Yeah. It's just like I can't get the money though. Now that I got it verified, it's still waiting for them to verify my bank account. And it's like
I would have sent you some, but I'm actually broke for 2 weeks now. I ain't been this broke in ages. But yeah, if I had it, I would have sent you, bro.
Oh no, it's not that big. No, they have to deposit money from like 25 cents or less. Is what
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's the same here. So usually it's like a pound or something when they do stuff like that. Sometimes I haven't even got a pound in my account to do that with.
Well, I even called my bank and asked them, and they didn't get a deposit for them. It's like it just didn't happen. And I even tried to get a hold of AdSense, and they haven't been able to give me any verification. I want.
It's weird.
I want to know if there's any way that I can get a phone number for them. I can call them, but they don't have a contact.
You can't. The best way to contact YouTube is to go on Twitter and go to and contact Team and write to Team YouTube at Team YouTube. It's a bit. Everybody goes to Twitter to get hold of YouTube people to talk to. That's the easiest way to get hold of YouTube, to actually talk to them through text or whatever. Emails are crap because you can only email them when they email you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the best way to do is go over to Twitter, make an account in Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and talk to Team YouTube at Team YouTube. Best way to do it. I've never done it, but everybody else, that's how they do it. They go over there to talk to YouTube that way.
Yeah, I went through their help guide, and it told me to make sure all my account information is proper, and make sure I can get electronic transfers, which I know I can.
Obviously,
and confirm my name matches, and then then notify my bank.
Team YouTube, Ryan. Team
YouTube.
Team. I don't know if the words are together or apart, but it's Team YouTube. As in at Team YouTube. If it's an at, the words will probably be together.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure. They might be apart. But Team YouTube like that at Team YouTube.
I've never used Twitter to talk to people. I've only used Twitter or X.
I've used it to look at some stuff, and I've never used it to talk to people. But honestly, when people have had their channels banned and they're not getting anywhere with emails, and that's where they go to talk to Team YouTube. Honestly, on Twitter.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get off in about 5 minutes. I gotta go watch the grandkids here soon.
All right, no problems. Let's get on with this.
And do asanas for 2 or 3 hours, and then do pranayama. Breathe.
Bloody hell, they're all dying. Bill Oddie now died, did he? Bloody hell,
No.
Bill Oddie. Okay, do you know who Bill Oddie is?
No.
He's a British kind of nature dude, a bit like Attenborough.
Jack Canby.
A bit like Attenborough.
Yeah, I know you're saying documentaries, but Attenborough
he's actually also a comedian, to be honest. He was originally a comedian. He was in the what was it called that he was in? And it was a comedy series. This guy. This is Bill Oddie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bill Oddie. He does. There you go, Bill Oddie. He used to be a comedian as well. What did he used to be in again? Hold on. Bill Oddie comedy show. Sure. What was it called?
I just don't understand Attenborough's vehement atheism. I don't get him.
What was it called? The Goodies from 70 to 72. The Goodies. This is what he used to be in. Look, this is him here.
I've heard of it before.
The Goodies. This is him from the 70s.
I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is him as well. But yeah, he was into bird watching, ornithology, stuff like that. I'm sure he did some nature stuff. You know.
Anybody that I know that's in ornithology, actually, they are atheists.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird when you're talking about God's creation? You're studying God's creation, but you're saying there's no God. That's strange. That's strange.
Yeah, Attenborough, he's like that. He's done a lot of nature shows, man. I don't understand it.
But Ryan says, I tried to use PayPal last night. It said you cannot use PayPal anymore. For what? All right, Baza. Bless you, bro. Sun and shine. Good to see you. Hey, PJ, and all the awesome people in chat. Just want to say hi and best wishes for before I hit the hay. Bless you, brother. Bless you, man. I can use. Well, let me just check PayPal. I can use PayPal. No, I haven't got anything in PayPal at the minute, but I can use it. Let me just check.
They took $5 out for your Rumble yesterday.
Oh, did they? Oh, so it might have gone up a bit. I'm not even because I don't get as much as I used to in Rumble. I'm not even. I'm nowhere near $50 yet to be able to.
Well, I got to 113 on AdSense. I breached the threshold. I'm supposed to get it, so that's why I'm
213 on AdSense. That's good. I'm still on that.
No.
But obviously, they've stopped my income now.
It's 100. Yeah.
Oh, right. They've stopped my income now because I haven't showed any evidence of my PayPal.
Yeah.
I haven't showed any of it. So, yeah, it's still letting me, like, I can still get in it. What do you mean by you can't use it anymore?
I don't get it either. They take money out for all my Google accounts for YouTube, so.
Got one new message. What's that?
Paid Nathan Oakley the day before and Flats for
PayPal
membership.
Assistant. Oh, hold on. It's like, hello, we are updating our legal agreement that affects certain services we provide. Oh, it's maybe because of that. It's updated for some reason. Check the updated agreement, bro. I'm not going to go through it here. But go to the PayPal updated agreement and check why, bro.
He deleted his account.
It's weird. Anyway, back to this.
He deleted his account.
Oh, you deleted it? Oh, well, no point in me saying anything then.
Eating exercises, and then all through the day till 5:30 at night, we would be involved in some kind of religious pursuit. Even when you ate your meal, there was certain things attached to eating that made it a spiritual experience, so to speak. And so your whole life was focused on pursuing this goal of God consciousness. Or
are you kidding? It says you can't delete your account.
Yeah, that's why I slapped myself in the head.
Are you kidding? You can't. I'm like, it's the same as right. You'll have to try and get to talk to somebody from there.
Good luck with that.
go to the help. That's all I can suggest. Lord knows.
I've
It's
been to
the
the
same
help.
as me. Like I am on my Sky. I've got my Sky broadband, but on the Sky TV package, there was nothing on it except the apps I could use that I've already that I was already subbed to. But then I decided to have a look at a TV package, and I did one Sky Cinema, and then I activated that. But then I've seen a better one, so I activated that instead. I thought my new one, the Ultimate Sky TV, would replace the Sky Cinema, but it hasn't. It's added it to it. So I've got 2 subscriptions on friggin' Sky now. I'm like, what the heck? I thought it would replace it. I thought it was a higher tier. No, it was just another bloody type of subscription. It wasn't another tier, a higher tier.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 of them now rather than I've got 31 days to get rid of them if I don't want them. But I've gone into delete it. Then it says you've got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. I'm like, what the heck? I can't just delete. I can't just say confirm that I don't want this anymore. It's just beyond a joke. It's beyond a joke.
Yeah,
and they make it easy to subscribe to, but very hard to get out of. Very hard. Yeah. I have Disney. I have stopped about 10 times. I was getting charged twice a month from Disney. I must have had two Disney accounts somehow. I don't know how. And then I'm down to one now, but I've managed to get rid of one. But the one when I tried to delete it, no, it just kept coming back. It says it's gone. Then the next month they took it out for me. I signed into my account and it's there. I'm like, hold on, I deleted it. I got rid of it. No, they don't make it easy, man.
No. And getting a hold of PayPal, I had reverse charges because I got charged like $120 some odd dollars that wasn't for me. And it took me forever to get them to give me my money back, dude.
Crazy stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's the same as if you go to Argos, anywhere, any place that you pay with electronic payment or debit card or whatever, they will take your payment instantly out. But you go back for a refund, the thing's defective before you go back for a refund. It's 10 days you got to wait for it to come back. But hold on, you took it from me instantly, but you have got to wait 10 days for it to come back? Piss off. It's beyond a joke.
self-realization.
I mean, they'd already verified the thing's faulty. Why can't you just give me my money then? You know, because if it was cash, once upon a time, you would have had to hand it over the cash to me. Now it's electronic transfer. It takes 10 days for it to come back, but in seconds for it to go out. Makes no sense to me.
Christ consciousness. There's a lot of names.
This is the thing that people keep going on about, this Christ consciousness. Dislord used to talk about Christ consciousness. He used to say he was a Christian, but not talk about Jesus as in the person. He spoke about Christ consciousness. I'm like, dude, no. There's no such thing as Christ consciousness.
I've heard charismatics say that same term too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because they brought New Age into the church and making it even more charismatic. Yeah, they do say things like that, Christ consciousness. They brought tarot cards into it as well, like same as like what's her name?
The white girl.
Heaven Song used to come in here. She classes herself as a Christian. She believes in God and Christ and that, but yet she does tarot cards and does all that New Age crap.
Yeah.
You know? So to me, it's a contradiction.
Well, but it was all about coming into oneness with the Godhead, and that became an overwhelming passion to me. So much so that I never watched television. I never went to a movie. I never went on a date. In fact, the whole time I was involved in yoga, that's all I did. I didn't read newspapers. I didn't read magazines. All I read were books like the Bhagavad Gita or the Vedas or the Adi Granth of Sikhism. That was all consuming to me. And I began having supernatural experiences. So that was like bait on the hook.
You mean demonic experiences?
Yeah, if it ain't God, it's going to be demonic. Yeah,
absolutely.
Me even deeper. And I spent a period of time developing my own knowledge of what I was involved in. But then, and I think it was a good idea on one level, but a bad idea on another. I thought, there's no way I can hold this in my own heart and life and not share it with others, because I was no longer doing drugs. I saw a lot of good, positive results in my life from the disciplines I was involved in. So I thought, I need to share this. This is an answer other people need. So I moved from Daytona Beach, Florida, where we had an ashram that I helped to start with a number of other people. And I launched a work in Tampa, Florida. I received permission from 4 universities to use their facilities to hold Kundalini yoga classes. And
there is Kundalini yoga, and the Kundalini spirit is what's infiltrated Christianity. That's when you see them all twitch up and, you know, like Stacey Campbell, head shake and all that stuff. Some of them are just doing it. You know, they're just acting it. You know, but some of it is Kundalini spirit. You see somebody under Kundalini doing the same thing, twitching, contorting themselves, making weird noises, you know, all that kind of stuff. Same as in the charismatic church.
And I started yoga ashram there. And I had about 300 students following my teachings. And I thought I was doing something beneficial and helpful for others. But then I came to a point in my life where God intervened in a very supernatural way.
Good.
Well, I have many questions, I think, before we get there. There's a lot. I don't know how long. It seems like a couple of years, but there's so many things I want to ask before we get to that point. First of all, I think it's kind of crazy that if that near-death experience really flipped your life around, and it's very interesting. And like I said, I don't think you're the only one. So, that part is fun to talk about. I want to ask, what is Kundalini yoga? I'm assuming that most people that are watching this maybe not be completely.
Series explanation. This will be interesting.
Familiar, probably have heard the term Kundalini before, but why Kundalini? What is Kundalini yoga, and why did you gravitate towards that immediately?
Well, that's a fantastic question, and it has a multifaceted answer. First of all, I think it's important to see that the word yoga comes from an original Sanskrit word that means yoke. And the implication is through the practice of yoga, you are yoking yourself with the divine, which is envisioned in Hinduism, in a certain sect of Hinduism called Advaita Vedanta Hinduism. Ultimate reality is supposedly an impersonal life force, not a personal God, but an impersonal life force. Other Hindus believe that ultimate reality is a personal God like Vishnu or Shiva or Krishna. But I subscribe to the idea that the furthest you could get to ultimate reality, you would find out this cosmic force was impersonal. And your goal was to become one with that through yoga. Now, there are numerous types of yoga. For instance, the basic yoga is called Hatha yoga, and that's comprised primarily of just asanas, which are physical exercises. However, unknown to a lot of people, almost every one of those.
So yoke, like in the Bible, being unequally yoked. It's because it comes from, like in 2 Corinthians 6:14 in the Bible, referencing the farming practice of harnesses, 2 different animals together being yoked together. Don't be unequally yoked. So that animals were the same. Like if one was unequally yoked, one was smaller, the yoke would be a bit lopsided, wouldn't it? So what they're doing when they're saying they're yoked with the divine is they're saying they're the same as God. You know what I mean? They're saying they're the same as God. Let me get 2 Corinthians 6:14 up, actually. 2 Corinthians 6:14. Oh, dude. Numpty. I didn't do it in the Bible. I did it in Google search. Numpty. No, I'm not doing it in. Right. 6:14. Right, let's do it in New King James Version. Right. Right, okay, we'll just start from there. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for that fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness. So it's saying don't be unequally yoked. So you as a believer, don't be unequally yoked with an unbeliever, like the lopsided kind of image I showed you. So it's saying that those 2 things that are yoked together should be the same, you know? So you're meant to be yoked with other believers. So what he is definitely saying is when he was believing in this, that when you are being yoked with the divine, you are equal with God. That's literally what they're saying when they say that. It's blasphemy. They're saying that they're equal with God. You know?
Gotcha. Insane.
Sorry, bro.
You can't be equal with God.
No. Never. Well, I mean, when we're told about being equally yoked in Corinthians, it's talking about with our believers. We're the same as our brothers and sisters, you know. But with the unbeliever, yes, we're meant to preach to them, but don't dwell with them all the time and do what they do. That's you being unequally yoked, you know. So, like I say, you can take the term and what he said, being yoked with the divine, equal with the divine, being God, as God, the lie from the devil, the original lie of the devil. That's exactly what it is.
Are devoted to a specific Hindu deity, and that form you take, that movement that you participate in that asana, is an invocation to that deity to come and occupy your heart and life and mold you and shape you into the character of that deity. For instance, when you do the standing pose, that's an invocation to Krishna to come and take over your heart and your life. And so
Holy Spirit should be doing that. Jesus should be doing that, not Krishna.
Yeah.
That's a shock to a lot of people. They think it's just free from spirituality altogether when you're doing Hatha yoga, but that's not so. Then pranayama is the type of yoga where you do breathing exercises. And the philosophy behind that is that if God is an impersonal force, then everything is permeated with divine life, and the Hindus call it prana. And so even the air that you breathe is filled with these particles of prana, so to speak. And when you do deep breathing, you're intensifying your intake of this divine essence. And so it's supposed to heighten your consciousness. And it goes much deeper than that, but basically that's what it is. Then there's a type of yoga called bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is devotion to an individual deity. I thought Christians were on that lesser level, and they were just practicing bhakti yoga because they were devoted to Jesus, just like many Hindus are devoted to Krishna, or many are devoted to Vishnu or Shiva, etc. And I thought I was on a quote unquote higher level by seeing a much...
So even higher than Jesus. See, that's what these yogis think. They think they're God, or they could be equal with God.
Larger perspective, or viewing things from...
I mean, I've heard people say that Jesus went to India and became a Buddhist and all that kind of stuff. He did yoga and all that crap. Isn't it funny that all types of religions try and incorporate Jesus Christ, and if they don't try and incorporate Jesus Christ, they try and incorporate his teachings to some degree? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? I wonder why. Is it maybe because he was the truth?
Much larger perspective. But I was mistaken, as we'll find out later. And then there's another kind of yoga called mantra yoga.
Dude, Nana is actually a god. Yeah, I actually watched a video about something like that the other day. I mean, I know you're just joking, but Nana is actually a god. There was a song, let me just find something. I watched it the other day. Maybe I can find it again. 2 secs. And remember in the 2010s when everybody was saying it in their songs, Nana, what's your name? Na, that type of thing. There was loads of music with it. Hold on. Nah.
Well, PJ, I'm gonna step off here. I'll be listening to you. I'm gotta go get ready. Hey.
Mantra and songs. See if I can find it. What the hell? Magic mantra, not that one. It was just a kind of short. Nana, what's your name? Nana. Where was it? I wish I could remember the name of that video. Um, 2010. So.
Yeah, cool. I just got a reminder for my trademark appointment. 3 more days.
All right.
Yeah.
I wish I could find that. In the 2010s, we couldn't escape the Nana every song. Yeah, I know. Right, I think this is it. I think this is the one. This is the one. This is the one. This one. It's only 4 minutes, but I'll let you watch it. Not going to say anything.
Back in the 2010s when Nana was being...
It's a bit low.
Every artist, every singer, every rapper...
This is the one.
...using Nana in their songs. This is what I mean.
I'm not worshipping anything, not at all, bro. When I say Nana, it's not me worshipping it at all. It's me revealing it, exposing it. It's not me worshipping it. God reads what's in your heart, remember? He reads what's in your heart. Just because you repeat a word, it's what's in your heart. It's what's in your heart, remember? God reads your heart. I'm not worshipping anybody. I'm exposing it. Every song I did. And that's what makes me think that all of these type of writers were either copying each other or they've all got a ghostwriter of the same person. which I think is more likely, you know, that knows the score and what they're doing. Because this is to do with Ishtar, the god Ishtar, to do with Easter, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, Drake, he doesn't write his own music. He has a ghostwriter, right?
There you go. So it's probably all the same guy, like we've seen in that film. All had Nana.
Just be careful, Nana. You got me singing.
So after hearing that, me being who I am, anything the world tries to push,
He's got that stupid eye color input in, look.
Yeah,
That doesn't look like his real eyes to me.
always have an agenda behind
Those are-
it. Because why is
Yeah.
everybody using Nana in their song? In every single song.
Because it was
in
a false
2010s?
god.
So I did a little research. And when these people are saying Nana, they're not referring to their
Yeah, no, well, some people use AI, Ryan, but no, there's a ghostwriter out there that's making back, especially back in these times, that was writing all these songs for these artists. These artists didn't become famous just by their talent alone. They were handpicked. You know, Nepo babies, industry plants, all that kind of thing. Yes, there is people that have got into music in their own steam, but most of these were handpicked.
Yeah, that whole thing, dude. To be honest.
Yeah, it's beyond a joke. A whole lot of it.
The devil always puts it plain in our eyes because he knows majority are gonna miss it. So Nana is a Mesopotamian god who is associated with the moon. Nana is also referred to as, y'all ain't gonna believe this,
Ishtar.
Sin.
Your grandma.
Sin.
is his name. Nana, aka
I'd say
Sin.
so when they're saying Nana, what's his name? So they're saying Sin. Sin is his name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, all that kind of stuff.
The
And
most
who's the
popular-
man? So they're talking about the man of sin.
Yeah. The biggest one I remember growing up is hey hey na 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 na
Nah,
hey,
way,
hey,
goodbye.
goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. It's been around for a long time, the Nana thing. And we all used to hum it. We all used to do it.
also has children, and most notably is his daughter Ishtar.
Yeah, of course.
Where we get Easter from. After reading up on Nana, Nana was responsible for providing light during the night, but it is said that one could petition him for help. He was responsible for guaranteeing abundance and growth, which would explain why his name was pushed so heavily during that period. Okay, so if you didn't know, majority of celebrities, singers, they don't write their own lyrics.
There you go.
They have lyricists, aka songwriters, who write the songs and then sell them to record labels and
True.
to the artists. And then the artists will be the ones who you hear singing the song. So during that period, clearly there was one songwriter who was prevalent across the entire board.
Yeah, it's more like
I can
no
guarantee that
Nana.
He's gonna be on, if not all.
No,
majority of the
Nana.
songs. So whoever wrote the songs, they petitioned Nana for abundance and growth, for which he is known for. They used Nana's name to gain abundance and growth, while at
I
the
thought it had
same
something to
time
do with
having the
Ishtar. I might
entire
have been wrong in
world
that.
join in
Mhm.
in worshiping sin. And we didn't even know it. And if you think I'm reaching again, y'all know that song by Trey Songz, Nana, when he says, ooh, na, 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 put your hands in the air if you're loving tonight.
So you're worshiping.
Listen, ooh, na,
sin.
na, na, put your hands
Devil.
in the air. You put both hands in the air.
Worshiping.
What are you doing? You're worshiping Nana. Think of how many of us sang those songs during that period who didn't know and still don't know until
Speak for
now
yourself,
you've
dude.
seen this. We were literally declaring Nana's name, aka sin, which we should not be doing, sin, which God told us to stay away from. We're throwing our hands in the air in worship, singing to Nana, to this false God. The devil had a strong grip on the world and still does to this day. But back then, we didn't know the things that we know now. We didn't have the access. We didn't have the information that we have now. But now that it's all coming out, those who are no longer sitting in darkness, those who have entered into light, they are seeing these truths be brought to the light. And those artists who were singing those songs may not have necessarily known what they were doing. They were just
Some did.
singing the songs
Some
that they were
did.
told to sing
Like
the songs
Nas.
to make their own money.
Right.
But a lot of those artists now, they've sold their soul. They probably sold their soul back then. and they knew what they were doing. It's
Oh,
all
yes.
a big game to all of those people. They're gaining success, abundance, growth, whatever it is, all at our expense. And we're doing things that we didn't even know we were doing. It's time that everybody starts waking up. Like I always say, watch what you're listening to. Stop supporting these artists because they don't care about you. All they
No.
care about is money, fame, wealth, whatever. They don't care about you. They are just using you. So stop being their pawn in their game because you're bargaining with your soul.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was the one. I don't know why I thought it had anything to do with Ishtar. I don't know why I thought that, but my bad for that. But yeah, it's talking about the man of sin, it's talking about sin, talking about Satan.
Well, I gotta get out of here, PJ. I'll be listening to you.
All right, bless, bro. Bless. See you in a bit.
Right.
Nice one, dude.
Anytime, PJ.
Oh, AI clip the.
Oh, crap.
I'm telling AI to clip the. AI clip the Nana part.
Which subscribes to the chanting of mantras in order to come into this oneness that is the goal of all yoga. Regardless of what form it takes, all yoga is geared toward this ultimate goal of achieving God consciousness. And Advaita Vedanta Hinduism, God consciousness means a conscious awareness that you are God, which is the absolute.
There you go. You are God, equally yoked with God, equally yoked with the divine, equal to God. The first lie of the devil. You could be as gods. It's all round every religion, pretty much, that you can be God. You yourself are God, or equal to him. They all try that one. It's the lie of the devil, the original lie.
Absolute antithesis of the truth. You and I will never be God, and we are not God. And to think that we could be divine
blasphemy.
to that degree is the height of self-deception, I believe now. Of course, I wouldn't.
The height of blasphemy, not just self-deception. It's the height of blasphemy.
Not have listened to somebody making that statement back in the days when I was devoted to it. But I would chant mantras for hours and hours at a time. For instance, to give you an example.
He knows he's not God, Ryan. He knows he's not God. He's turned his ways. Obviously, he's a Christian now. He's telling us it's a testimony. He's telling about his whole life, isn't he? You're funny.
Example, the word Om is a common chant that people use. And usually when it's chanted, it's stretched out into 3 syllables that are spelled A-U-M. And those 3 syllables or sounds are invocations to the 3 primary gods in Hinduism, Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma. Brahma is different than Brahman.
See, in the 3 main gods, 3 main gods. So a bastardization of the Trinity, where there's one God, 3 gods. It's another thing they take from the Lord, try and take from the Lord and bastardize it. So they're talking about the 3 main gods. So a bastardization, a perversion of the Trinity.
Brahman is the impersonal life force underlying all things in that worldview. And Brahma is the creator God. Vishnu is the preserver God. Shiva is the destroyer God. And when you chant Om, it's an invocation to all 3 of them to come and occupy your heart and mind and soul and manifest in your life. And supposedly it was the original primordial sound at the beginning of the universe's existence. When the universe emanated out of Brahman, supposedly that sound accompanied that emanation and it resounded universally. And so when you quote that, or when you speak that, when you chant that, you come back into that same vibratory level, and it facilitates this desire you have to come into oneness with God, which I, of course, now say none of that is true and none of that works. But that's the purpose behind mantra yoga. And Raja yoga is more of a meditative approach. Kundalini yoga is an
Yeah, this Kundalini yoga is certainly demonic. They're all demonic, but Kundalini is the one that's certainly infiltrated Christian buildings and into Christian people, alleged Christian people.
amalgamation of all of them. And the focus of
There's not a you in creation, but there's an I.
Kundalini yoga is the awakening of the Kundalini. What is that? Well, the word Kundalini means serpent power. Now, I should have shrunk back from that when I heard it, because as a former Catholic, I knew enough about the Bible to know that a serpent was a symbol of something evil and something satanic. But I was not taken aback by that at all, because in New Age spirituality, a serpent is a symbol of esoteric wisdom.
Right.
So it seemed like a good symbol. But in Hinduism, it is taught that there's a divine essence in every human being that is dormant, quite often unrecognized, and quite often people do not allow it to influence their actions or attitudes at all. And so they depict it like a coiled serpent at the base of the spine. And when you use any of these different approaches, these different types of yoga.
Right. So if you, hold on. Right. I put his Kundalini serpent. It said no. Right, so yeah, I put his Kundalini serpent, but no, Kundalini is not a literal physical serpent. Obviously, I wasn't meaning that. Instead, it's a form of divine, primal spiritual energy that is symbolized as a coiled snake in Hindu and yogic philosophy. Coiled snake, snake eating its own tail, serpent, devil. The word Kundalini comes from Sanskrit adjective kundalin, which translates to circular, annular, or coiled, like a coiled snake, like through their body. Like here, look, like through the body with the throat, the head Kundalini, throat Kundalini, and all the way down, coils to the bottom. Serpent power, a sleeping goddess or serpent power, lying dormant in the root chakra. So basically saying you're a god, but devil god. It's just a deception. We'll probably have to do the next half of this tomorrow.
You awaken that serpent, so to speak, that rises up through your spine in a serpentine fashion, not physically through the spine, but somewhat the same location spiritually. It rises up in a serpentine fashion to be to the chakra. And of course, let me underscore, I don't believe in any of these things anymore. But supposedly there are 7 chakras in the human makeup soulishly. And the chakras are whirling energy centers that begin at the base of the spine and end with the crown chakra and the third eye. The crown chakra is supposedly the 7th chakra, the third eye, the 6th one. And when you awaken the Kundalini, it merges with the third eye and with the crown chakra, and bam, you go out into God consciousness, supposedly. Well, I experienced that one time. I went out into white light one time. But after I became a follower of Jesus, after I was born again, I had a completely different understanding, because then I realized that was a false experience of the nature of God. Once you experience the true, you can recognize the false. If you've never experienced the true, the false can seem very real and very right. And that's exactly.
If you don't know the truth, then any falsity is going to seem true. Absolutely. That makes complete sense, to be honest. It'll be easier for you to believe falsities if you don't know any truth.
What happened to me when I was a student of yoga.
Before I forget about it, I want to ask you, because I used to do yoga when I was younger. I was playing sports and I was encouraged. So I had quite a a few amount of sessions of yoga, and I'm familiar with the most popular pose. I wonder if you know them. So I'm going to list a couple that I think are probably the most well known, at least in the world I was in. And if you know anything about them, I would love you to tell me. So I'm very familiar with the warrior pose, warrior 1, warrior 2. And another one, which it's like sun salutations, right? So you talked about every pose being something that is supposed to yoke you or attached to a certain deity. Do you know about these 3? And if you do you know what they're linked to?
I do. And I have actually an article on my website, thetruelight.net. And the first article pinned at the top is 10 yoga poses that offer worship to Hindu deities. And it's become a very popular article read by tens of thousands of people worldwide. But anyway, in that article, I itemize these poses and what gods that they're dedicated to. For instance, the sun salutation is dedicated to the sun god, Surya. And suppose...
Yeah, I get you, bro. I would say that as well, man. I would say that as well. But the positions they get into are also like symbolic of something too. They're also symbolic of something. So they mean stuff.
As you go through, is a number of different poses all together into one session. And when you do that, it's supposed to connect you with the sun god. The warrior pose connects you with a god that was created by Shiva. And what happened is Shiva got very angry because, well, it's a big myth about someone he married, and the father of the woman did not want them to marry, and they're having a feast. And so Shiva...
I'll leave this playing, guys, and we'll grab a coffee.
Shiva creates a god, a deity that will go into the feast and slaughter everybody. And so he takes one of his dreadlocks and throws it to the ground, and it erupts into a deity, a god being. And that god being goes into this feast of various deities and spirit beings and kills them all. And when you are doing the warrior pose, you are identifying with that god that was created with murderous intent. And I think one of the most shocking is the goddess pose. I had to take a moment to remember. The goddess pose is a pose where you squat down and your knees are projected outward, and it's very difficult on the muscles in your legs to assume that pose. But you're invoking the most vicious and vile goddess in the Hindu pantheon, a goddess named Kali. And if you see a depiction of Kali, you'll see her standing there with a decapitated head in one hand, a bloody sword in the other hand, a skirt made of cut off arms, a necklace made of human skulls, very dark entity. And when a woman assumes, especially when a woman assumes the goddess pose in a series of poses in a yoga class, she is invoking Kali to come into her and make her a strong woman. And I've often said, if that really happened, there'd be crime tape around every yoga studio, because no man would be safe going in that place. But those are just a few. Those are just a few.
This is shocking to me, because I assume that the vast majority of people who do yoga are not taught this whatsoever. But the poses that I gave you are very, very common. And I was not taught that. I didn't believe in anything. I was an atheist. I didn't believe that there was any kind of spirituality. But if you had told me that, I would have probably, taken a break, be like, wait a second, what are we doing here? Like, this is weird. I don't know if I want to be part of that, but nobody knows about this. Like, this is what's so shocking. Were you taught that by the guru, or is that something that you learned over time?
No, I learned over time, because most of the gurus that came into the country wanted to water down the presentation so it didn't appear so blatantly Hindu. Or Yogi Bhajan, the guru I studied under, was primarily promoting Sikhism.
So this is the god Kali. with the sword, bloody sword with an eye in it, all-seeing eye in it, chopped off head, all-seeing eye right in the middle of the forehead. This is very godly, and forearms with heads of neck, a necklace of heads around his hair neck. Is it a he, she? There's so many different depictions of Kali. This is a, oh, hold on. This one is the one probably most people see. But yeah, that's Kali. Kaliman, Kali, whatever. I mean, tongue out as well with some of them. Yeah, man. Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones. Very godly. Very godly. You know. This is and this is what they're trying to bring into themselves. Demon. It's a blimmin' demon. This is Kali. Wow. Wow.
And Sikhism usually does not promote the yoga method that he was involved in as a way of achieving oneness with the Godhead.
AI clipped the Kali God part.
And so that's why he was a strange mixture of the two worldviews. But I investigated a lot of Hinduism sources, and I began to embrace both of those worldviews as having legitimate claims back then. In 1970, primarily, is when I was immersed in all of that. But most people have no idea. In fact, the westernized version of yoga is a very watered down, secularized type of yoga. You can go to a hot yoga class and never do namaste, where you bow down to someone else in the class, which is.
I don't bless water, bro. Yeah, but yeah, we pray over food. Bless food. Don't bless water, bro. I've never blessed water. Yeah, that sounds like holy water to me, and there's no such thing as holy water. Well, all water be holy because it's God's, but as in blessed water being holy water, no, thank you. Oh, hey, babe. They them.
Actually, it's a mudra. A mudra is a hand motion that represents a spiritual concept. And when someone says namaste and they fold their hands like that and bow to you, it's a way of saying, I recognize that you are God. I recognize that you are a manifestation of God.
Certainly do, bro. Certainly do. It's your fault that I'm having to do this in two parts. I'm joking, man.
That you have a divine essence. So, of course, I never do that anymore because I don't believe that. And you can go through almost any yoga class and never hear the word Om chanted or even hear any reference to Hindu gods. You can go to a hot yoga class and just spend an hour doing exercises and come out drained to the bone physically, but never having been introduced to spiritual concepts. So it's a lot different than it was originally. Originally in Hinduism, yoga was about an extreme attempt to penetrate the spiritual world and experience the divine. And those that involved themselves in yoga were extremely self-denying individuals who would pay any price necessary in order to transcend this natural world and somehow experience the supernatural realm. And my heart breaks for them. My heart breaks for.
Yeah, it tells us to pray for people, to bless people. He doesn't tell us to bless water. Nowhere in the Bible does it say bless water. Give thanks for food and stuff, absolutely. Give thanks to the Lord for what he provides. That's why we give thanks for food, but nowhere does it say to bless water, bro. Nowhere in the Bible. Check it. Nowhere in the Bible does it say bless water.
Some of those that you read about that just spent their whole lives as an ascetic, a wandering sadhu that did nothing, owned nothing, never married, ate very little, fasted for lengthy periods of time, lived in caves, what have you, in order to find God. And they never knew the simplicity of the path. because Jesus in John 14:6 said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father but by me.
Right.
And he just invites people, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And I would
Absolutely.
have scoffed at the simplicity of that at a certain point in my journey as a yoga teacher and a student of yoga, because I thought it had to be something that you worked for with passion and devoted yourself completely to. I didn't realize it was a free gift of the love of God. And that's such a different approach completely.
I would like to go back to the guru. You might have said it earlier, but I just want to get clarification. How long did you stay with him studying under him?
Well, I was with him intensely for about a year. Okay. And I advanced quickly because I was very disciplined, extremely disciplined. And he felt confident that I could do what I did. Incidentally, it might be interesting to you that the word guru comes from two root words, gu and ru. That makes sense, doesn't it? And gu and ru mean out of darkness into the light. And he was my guru, but he was not in the light yet. He was still bound in darkness, teaching me a method to get out of something he had not yet gotten out of. And when I was a quote unquote guru, or considered a guru by my students, I could not lead them somewhere I had not been myself. And so the very word does not fit anyone who teaches yoga. And incidentally, in Hinduism, those types of yoga I mentioned a while ago, Hatha yoga and pranayama and meditation or Raja yoga, etc., are part of something called the 8 limbs of yoga that supposedly lead to samadhi. A Hindu that is really serious about his faith, his goal is to reach samadhi, which is enlightenment, oneness with the divine, total liberation, where you don't have to come back and be born again. You are.
See, Ryan, this is the closest you'll get to what you were talking about when Jesus multiplied the loaves and that. And he commanded the multitude to sit down in the grass and took 5 loaves and 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake. That's it. He just gave thanks. That's it. And brake, gave them the loaves to his disciples and to the multitude. So just saying blessings and giving thanks, basically just giving thanks to God for it. You know? It's close, but nowhere does it say anything to do bless water. You know, it's just give blessings means just giving thanks, really. If you bless someone, then it means you've kind of helped them along, give a favor, pray for them, you know, and give them good wishes, that type of stuff. 26, let me see, Matthew 26, 26. 26. So this is from the Lord's Supper, obviously. Yeah. And they were eating. Jesus took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat this of my body. That's it. Give thanks for it, you know.
From the cycle of rebirth, you escape the reincarnation cycle. And the pathway that leads to that is called the 8 limbs of yoga. And so it's inextricable from Hinduism. People tell me all the time, I just go to a yoga class. I'm not into Hinduism. Well, you can't divide it from Hinduism. It's so much a part of Hinduism that even leaders in that realm will say there's no yoga without Hinduism and no Hinduism without yoga. They're very quick to declare that. And so I assert that also, that you can't mix the two worldviews. When I finally became a Christian, I shut my ashram down.
Yes. You're talking about priest here. You're talking about the Old Testament and religion. You're not talking about Christ's commands It's not, nowhere does it tell us as people to bless water. This doesn't say he bless water. It says the priest shall take holy water, which is just water, God's water, in an earthen vessel, and take some of the dust of the floor of the tabernacle, put it in the water. This is like something they were told to do in their type of religion back in Judaism, not Judaism, the Hebrews. This doesn't command us. This is talking about a priest. Only a priest, a Levitical priest, was allowed in the tabernacle. This is Old Testament. We're under Christ. And nowhere does it say that we have to bless water. This is a priest saying he took holy water. That's just water. It hasn't been blessed. It's not us. There you go. You can't just take one verse and not take the context round about it, bro. But yeah, no, we don't bless the water. That is just God's water. It's holy water because it's in those the vessels that God told them to make. It's holy water because it's in his tabernacle with the priest. It's not holy water because they blessed it.
And I canceled all my classes within that week because I knew the two worldviews could.
Well, it would be holy if it's in the tabernacle. Everything had to be holy to go into the tabernacle. You know, if it was in the priests had to be, they all had to be cleaned and all that with water. So water was already clean. God made it. You know, it's called holy because it's in the tabernacle of God. Everything had to be holy to go in there. The priest had to be holy. Nobody outside could be in there, just the Levitical priest. So any water was in the tabernacle was holy. You know what I mean? I'm talking about holy water as in blessed water by, I'm saying nowhere does anywhere in the Bible bless water for it to become holy. New Testament doesn't talk about holy water and blessing it. That's holy water because it's in the tabernacle. All water, I said it at the start. I said there's no such thing as blessed holy water. I said all water is holy because God made it. But I didn't say I said there's no such thing as blessing water to make it holy. Get my context, bro. All good. All good. It's good to have questions, man.
Not mix. They were too contradictory of each other, and one had to be true at the expense of the other being false. They were not blendable.
I want to go back to the experiences you talked about. You mentioned one, which I assumed was like your Kundalini awakening. I hear that a lot. I've heard a lot of people talk about that experience. So I assume that's kind of what it was. If it's not, you can clarify. But what other kinds of tangible spiritual experiences did you have while studying under that guru, if any?
I did have a semblance of peace, a sense of a supernatural kind of peace, a calmness that came over me that was very welcome, because until my involvement in yoga, I had a lot of stress in my mind and a lot of anxiety because I was a goal-oriented person. I guess that contributed to it. And so I felt a semblance of peace. However, now as a follower of Jesus, I realized that it was an emotion-based peace. It may have been spiritual to a certain degree because of a greater spirituality in my life, but it was not the peace of God. When I came to the Lord Jesus, he's referred to as the Prince of Peace. And when he comes into a person's life, he says, not as the world gives, give I unto you, but my peace I give unto you. And the Bible describes it as peace that passes understanding. It cannot be described in human terminology. It is a supernatural peace that far transcends anything I felt in yoga. But I must admit that when I was devoted to yoga, that was one of the primary things that made me think I was on the right path, because I finally had calmness of mind. I had some peace about life. I was content with this sensitivity to eternal things by pushing temporal things out of the picture. And so that was important. I also had a couple of experiences with what I thought was
see in the Old Testament, Ryan, that clay jar and the water they took and the ash they took, that's what made it holy water, and being in the tabernacle, that's what they did. They dedicated it. You know what I mean? They put ash from the floor into it, and then it was in a clay jar, mixed dust from the floor from the clay jar. That was the act, probably, if you want to call that blessing it, then fine, okay. But nowhere, it's only that a priest in the holy tabernacle, the way Catholics, when I was talking about earlier, the way Catholics talk about holy water is just like, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, bless this water type of thing. That's not holy water. I mean, that's not, I mean, I did say everything is holy water, but no, it's not a blessed water as such. It's prepared. It's prepared water, to be honest. It's not like a blessing. It's like prepared water, and it's in the tabernacle, holy water, you know. I meant holy water as in the way Catholics do it, bless it that way, you know what I mean? And nowhere does it say that a normal person could pray over it. No, I don't know. No, they didn't pray over it. No, they prepared it. They prepared it. They didn't pray over it. They prepared it.
Astral projection. And basically, astral projection is the belief that you can, through meditative practices, leave your body and go off into a higher realm called the astral realm. And a couple of times I thought that happened to me. Now I have a different view of what actually happened to me. But that was, again, enticing me onward. It was bait on the hook that said, keep coming. You'll finally reach God consciousness by pursuing this path.
And part of pursuing this path, you mentioned earlier, I think you said from, if I remember correctly, 3:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Is that right? You would do that every day?
No, it was by a physical ritual. It wasn't made holy by praying over it. It was just prepared. It was prepared. And that's God told him to do it that way. You know what I mean? It was prepared. It wasn't prayed over like, bless this water. It was just prepared. It doesn't say it's blessed water. It doesn't say blessed water. It says holy water in the Old Testament. It doesn't say blessed water. It's prepared. It's a ritual. It's religious. You know, it's how it was a curse. It was a curse. The old law was a curse. It wasn't a good thing. It was a curse, and we couldn't stick to it. You know? Why do you think Jesus came along? Partly. But no, it wasn't blessed. As such, not like as you mean blessing as in praying over it. You know? No, it was prepared. How do you put holes in water in it? That's the one, Baza. Check it out, bro. Check it out. Check it out.
Every day. Every day. And I would take a break.
I mean, the prayers would have done, right? If they prepared it, the prayer would have been done after it was prepared in the tabernacle, you know? Because everything in the tabernacle is holy through ritual. You know?
For lunch, or maybe a short meal in the afternoon also. But even then, it was by strict discipline that we ate a certain...
Exactly, Baza. Exactly. There is no holy water. The Old Testament, the Old Testament did call it holy water, but that's because it was prepared. You know, there's no holy water as in it's Old Testament. We don't do that anymore. We're in Christ. There is no rituals. There's no rituals, you know? So, well, you know, other people do, but under Christ, you don't. You know, it was a curse. The old law was a curse. You know, Levitical law. So yeah, it does say the words holy. It does say the word holy water, but it's not holy water, and it's not done anymore. So there's no such thing as holy water, you know, as in blessed water. It's a ritual, you know. No, it doesn't say to pray over it. It says to prepare it, you know. But I'll just show Baza the scripture again, just so you can see it does say holy water. But that could be another change. I don't know. But it doesn't mean it in the way we were talking as in Catholics do. And it's and we're not under the old law. We're not under the old covenant. So it was when was it? Numbers 5:17, was it? Oh, 5:17. Yeah. And priests shall take holy water. You know, take holy water. It doesn't say take like the holy water, like it's a definite article, like this great thing. Take holy water in an earthen vessel, and of the dust of the floor and of the tabernacle, and the priest shall take it and put it into water. That was a preparation, but it did call it holy water. But it's only holy because it's to do with the tabernacle. Everything that went into the tabernacle had to be made holy. And like I say, we're not under that anymore. There's no such thing as holy water, as in Catholics, holy water. No, but Brian, you got that wrong. In the beginning was the Word with a capital W. Capital. You forgot the capital. The Word is a person, Jesus. Yes, in the beginning was the Word, and Word was with God, and Word was God. The Word is not talking about words. It's talking about Jesus before he was Jesus.
For instance, I was a strict vegetarian because we believed back then that if you ate meat, it would keep you on a lower vibration level, an animalistic kind of level where you would be more prone to pursuing the carnal craving.
Well, bless it. Really, you don't. If you bless someone, it's just, I mean, nowadays, if you're blessing food, you're not doing anything to that food. You're just thanking God for it. You're not actually doing something physical or spiritual to it. You're thanking good for the provision. That's it. When people say blessing food and stuff like that, when Jesus gave blessings for food, he says he blessed it. Jesus blessed it. That meant he gave thanks to the Father for it. That's it. You're not actually doing something to the food. You're just giving thanks to God for food. When you say you're blessing someone, if you bless someone, you're giving them favor. You know, you're asking God to do this for them, to help them, or you help them, or whatever. When you bless someone, you're doing that, you know. But when you're talking about food and stuff like that, you're giving, but you're just thanking someone. That's right. Yes, Baz, 100%. Bless this food for nourishment to my physical body and denouncing. Absolutely. You're just giving thanks to it. You're not actually, I don't think you're actually doing anything to the food. You're just giving thanks. You're just giving thanks. And you're praying at the same time, like what Baza says there. You know what I mean? You're telling God that you denounce, exactly, denouncing spirits and stuff like that. You want nothing to do with that kind of crap. You know. Well, bless it to our bodies just means thank you for giving us it. So, like, I always pray, like when I pray bless food, I say thanks Lord for his provisions, you know, bless this food to us, bless it to our bodies, and bless my body to your service, or whatever, stuff like that. It's kind of a religious prayer, but you know, I kind of say that. I don't think God, like, the food is what it is. I don't think God's doing anything to make it safe to eat. Like, I suppose if you're eating halal, you could say to God, look, you know, can you, if there's anything cursed about this food, can you uncurse it? Definitely. But just normal food and that, but you're just giving thanks for it. He's not doing anything to the food. It's just giving thanks to it. That's how I see it anyway. That's how I see it. God's already provided. He's already put this food on the earth. Why do you have to ask him to make it any better? He already provided it. He already provided it. All you're doing is thanking him for the provision. You know, bless you. We talk about blessing the Lord, don't we? You're giving thanks. Kosher is Jews. Kosher is Jews blessing over their food, isn't it? They're what they do. That's what I'm saying. They were religious. They did do stuff like that. Muslims are blooming hell, halal. So it's like the Jews version of halal, you know? Made it kosher, made it safety. That's what they seem to, I think that's what they think they're doing to the food. Yeah, blessed or thanked, or I think interchangeably, you know, blessing and thanking. I think it's interchangeable. That's how I see it. Listen, I could be wrong. That's my point of view, bro. I could be completely wrong. But that's how I see it. God's already provided the food. Why does he need to make it safe? Look, I'm sure people have prayed over their food and still choked and died. You know, people have prayed over their food and still got salmonella. You know, come on. So God is not doing nothing to the food. He's already provided it. You're just thanking him for being able to get that food and for providing that food, you know? It's not what it's not what goes in your mouth that defiles you. It's what comes out of it that defiles you. It's not what you put in, it's what it comes out that defiles you, remember.
Cravings of the human nature. And so vegetarian.
No, you don't have to shut up. It's all good, bro. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good for the stream and that as well. I don't have to just be sitting playing the video and that. No, it's all good. You don't have to shut up, man.
Was subscribed for all of us. And I ate mostly a raw diet, raw fruits, raw vegetables, raw nuts, everything organic.
But I will finish here because we're over 2 hours in. So we're halfway through. I'll leave it at 35 minutes.
If I cooked anything, it was some
actually 35-30
rice, so even eating a meal was supposed to be a sacred thing. Everything was treated with an attitude of mind that this is a holy part of what I am, who I am, what I do in life.
That's the one.
And so
keep the iron sharpened. Keep the iron sharpened. 100%.
So everything was supposed to be done with presence. You're present there. Even if you had to do something that was just a very natural thing. Maybe you had a flat tire on your bicycle, which I rode a bicycle at times. Then as you fix that tire, you did it in a very meditative mind where you're very present, very aware of life and existence.
Oh. Sorry, I'm getting the Bible thing up. I'm getting 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thess 5. Oh, what was it again? Hold fast. What was it? 21. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. So I just wanted to show Ryan. Well, Ryan knows the scripture already, you know. Right, so 1 Thessalonians 5:16. So let's start from there. Right. So I'll give 15. See that no one renders evil for evil to anyone, but always pursue what is good, both for yourselves and for all. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. He tells us to give thanks. That's even for the food. You don't have to do something to that food except cook it or whatever. Do not quench the spirit. Do not despise prophecies. Test all things and hold fast. Abstain from what is evil. So Paul tells us to test all things. So you don't need to shut up, bro. You're testing things. That's what you're doing. You're testing all things. Test all things. Hold fast to what is good, which is what you're trying to do, and abstain from evil, which is what you're trying to do also. So this is good. There you go. Blessings. Paul's giving blessings and admonitions. So basically, when he's giving blessings, he's giving thanks to God for them. He's asking God to help them, you know, in their ways, in their walk with the Lord and stuff like that. You know, he's asking God to do something there and giving thanks for them also. You know, so it's good. Blessings is good. Blessings is a good thing. But it's giving thanks, basically, in one context. In another context, when you're giving some blessings to someone else, you're giving thanks for them and you're asking God to bless them, you know? Meaning just look after them, you know, and stuff like that. You know the one. You know the one. It depends on context, obviously. But, so that's what you're doing. You're testing all things, sharpening iron.
Spirituality into every level of life, even the mundane.
So PJ, that and New King James always keeps me in check. Me, haha. Oh, definitely. The New King James, definitely. Like you see something new King James, but it usually hasn't changed in the New King James yet, has it? Usually, but sometimes it has. There is some bad translations in the New King James, though. Like it says, and when it says, what is it? Wide is the path that leads to destruction, but narrow is the path, and difficult it calls it, rather than narrow and hard, not hard, but hold on a minute. Let me get the scripture up. It's a bad translation, I think, anyway, in the New King James. Come on. Broad is way it leads to destruction. What scriptures? Oh, why do I forget that scripture? It's Matthew 7:13. Oh, of course, salmon in the mouth. Wow, idiot. Matthew 7:13. Right, Matt 7:13. Right. Right, so here we go. Share. So the King James, which is the better translation of it, says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, in the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in threat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way that leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." Right. So here it says, straight is the gate and narrow is the way. So it's narrow. But the New King James says, difficult is the way. It's not difficult, it's narrow. Difficult. You're talking about salvation here. You know what I mean? You're talking about salvation. Salvation isn't difficult. The life is difficult, but salvation itself isn't. You just accept what Christ, you believe and accept what Christ did and confess it. So difficult is a bad translation for, I think. Narrow is fine and narrow is the way, but it says narrow is the gate and difficult is the way, you know, where the King James says narrow and narrow. The King James says narrow. Yeah, straight, it's straight and narrow, not narrow and narrow, but straight and narrow. The other one says narrow and difficult. That's different meanings. It's a different meaning. I get what they're saying, but it's a bad translation, I think, in the New King James. In the New King James. Narrow and difficult. Difficult shouldn't be the word. My opinion, anyway. Broad is gate, narrow is... Yeah, exactly. That's the one I'm on about, Baza. But I'm saying that two translations between King James and New King James, it's a different meaning. It's a different meaning in the New King James if you're saying difficult is the way. Narrow is the way. Doesn't make it difficult. Doesn't make it difficult. You know? It just means, because it's saying it's narrow because few will get there. It's not saying it's narrow because it's difficult. It's saying it's narrow because few will get there. It's metaphorical language. It's figurative speech. You know what I mean? So difficult is not the right word for it.
To a degree, that might have been good. I think in some ways, the philosophy that went along with it was not good and was not true. But I think a lot of people live their lives.
Oh, right. We'll leave it there. 36 minutes on the dot. Oh, shit. I should have left it on to play out with Harry Mac. Let's play ut with Harry Mac. Harry Mac. Please do a new one, Harry. A month ago, well, no, it's not one. Control surrender, no, it's not one. 17 minutes, no, we're going to have to go old school again. There we go. Random.
Hey, what's up?
Oh my gosh, hey. Oh.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What are you up to?
Nothing. Just chilling, bored.
Word. Hey, well, maybe I can cure your boredom. I'm on here doing freestyle raps for people. Could I do one for you?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Hell yeah. All right, dope. I love your energy. All right, so I need your help, right? Because I'm going to improvise off top. So can I get like 3 challenging words to inspire my freestyle?
Okay. Exquisite.
I
don't know. Tree. And chocolate, I guess.
And chocolate. So I've done I've done chocolate a bunch. Let me get something else.
Popcorn.
All right, dope. Exquisite, tree, and popcorn. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's get it. Rappers just talking, I live it. Y'all want the real, better pay me a visit. All of my bars are exquisite. I make it happen, y'all know that I'm blazing. They want in the lyrics, they better go page them. Cause every time that I spit, I'm exquisite. You know I'm incredible and I'm amazing. Couple of adjectives that the people use to describe me. Plugging into the live feed, they about to get lively. Every time that I rhyme, you know that I'm so hot, I'm scorching. When I popped up, I said, hold up, wait a minute, maybe I can cure your boredom. Now I'm coming through, y'all know we about to get played. We about to win in a major way. Shout to the homie who be watching me spray. Got the AirPods and you got them shades. Y'all know I'm bumping like music that's out of your boom box. I love the picture you got on the wall in your background. R.I.P. to Tupac. Yeah, y'all know when I come through your flow, I'ma rearrange this. Shout out to the legend named Tupac. Y'all know we about to make changes. Yeah, and y'all know that I do perform. Y'all know that the truth is born. All up off the mental, I can see a puppy couch in the background. Yeah, you got the unicorn. H-Mac got me in it, and my flow is never been timid, and I'm stretching out through the cosmos, cause you know I'm way to infinite. I'm the one that wanna be, they can do it like me. I'm about to get free, I'm the one that can't see. I'll be cool as a breeze, and I'm doing this with ease. Matter of fact, I'm deeply rooted, kinda like a tree. H-Mac, man, I'm growing to the sun. Freestyles, I'm about to get it done. Yeah, I got the bars that they couldn't compute. I be the tree going deep with the roots. Y'all know the way that I'm spitting the soil. I plant the seed, then I grow out the soil. Every time I'm on it, I stay faithful. I be sweet like a tree that is maple. Cause I'm about to make the syrup. Every time I rhyme, I say word up. Never watered down, I'm bring pure stuff. H-Man, man, you know that I blurred the freestyle off the tip, and you know I came to rock. You ain't even moving, I got you in shock. H-Man, I'm the freestyle of the shows it. Right now I feel like I got you frozen. I kick the style. Every time that I spit, they go wild. There we go, I called it out. Now I be seeing you there with the smile. I be coming through, I'm riding the cruise about the town. They about to drown, I do my thing, I spread my wings, I'm taking flight. And when I rhyme, I make it hype, I make it tight. I'm doing me so beautifully, I'm coming right off at the tip, I'm in top form. Ooh, I'm about to bubble like popcorn. Rappers can't rhyme, this is not form. Y'all know I do what I feel, I plug in my mic and I'm rocking it. Y'all know my topic's lit, every time that I rock this shit. At first you said just do chocolate, I said I did that one too many times. But I've been rhyming since the nursery, so fuck it, I'ma do chocolate too. I'ma melt rappers down like Hershey's. If you blink, then you miss this, and there ain't a living rapper who can diss this. Yeah, shouts to the brand called Hershey's. To my fans, I'll be blowing them kisses. I come up the top when I ride my flow. H-Track, you know I'm unstoppable. Hey, shouts to the girl who was born. Hopefully by now I got you floored. You won, then you won. I hope that you dig it. Compared to rappers, I be doing it different. They know that the flow's divine. I'm just spitting on Omegle to blow your mind. Let's go.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Nice one, Gajis. I will see you tomorrow for the second part. Thanks for spending time with us. Much love, much respect, and I will see you tomorrow. Hear the Sunset's free. It's free. Indeed. Much love and respect, guys. Ta-da.